everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are jumping into some new affordable / drugstore new summer launches. I was looking at Ulta's site and they have so many fun things out right now. So I did order some stuff and we got some Catrice, Kiko Milano. I love that name, Kiko Milano. Anyways, that's what today's video is going to be. All affordable drugstore summertime makeup. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed before you leave. And let's jump into some of these products. My hair is natural right now. It's just kind of half wavy, half frizzy. It's just doing its own thing. So we're just going to ignore that, try to keep it up. But I did already go in and do some of my face. I went in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I've used this a couple times and I'm just not really sure how I feel about it. So I'm going to keep testing that out. But I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer in Light 5N. And of course my Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim in Soft Brown. This stuff... I'll show you. This is what I have left of this. I love this product. I really do. I will absolutely be repurchasing it. It is definitely one of my favorite drugstore brow pencils. But let's get into the new products. Okay. I did get, let's see here, the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer Hyaluronic Acid, and it is waterproof. It says 18-hour. Now I don't know if this is going to truly match me. The shade selection wasn't that great. This was $7 and it had 7 shades to it. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out. I got the shade 010 Cool Cashmere. This is the doe foot on it. It's kind of one of those ones where it kind of stores the product in the middle of it. But we're going to go ahead. It kind of smells like sunscreen. Doesn't look super brightening, but that's okay. We're going to see if it is super high coverage. It did kind of oxidize a little bit just from sitting on my face for a couple seconds. So hopefully it doesn't oxidize too much. And let's see if it's actually a full coverage concealer. It's blending out really nicely. That's actually perfect. Blends right in. Let me see here. It says comfortable high coverage concealer with moisturizing Hydro Boost Complex. Won't settle into fine lines. Fresh and even soft matte finish. Covers under eye circles. Long lasting. Waterproof. Now, I do have like one very large line under this eye and one under this eye. And I do struggle quite a bit with concealer settling into that line. So I'm kind of hoping this one won't. It blends out so quickly, but the coverage is still there. So I do like that. It is a little on the brightening side, but not super bright. It kind of just makes you look a little more awake. And I like that. It's very natural looking. And I do like that it is a soft matte finish. It's not super matte. It's not super drying. So far, that's nice. I do like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. And I'm just going to lightly set under my eyes, and only under my eyes, if I can find a brush. So far it doesn't seem to be like creasing or anything of the nature, but again, it hasn't been on very long. And I'm just gonna lightly set it, very, very lightly. This Rimmel matte powder is very, very good. Super affordable. That's what we are sticking with today. Super affordable products that are great for summer. Summertime, usually I don't wear a ton of makeup because you're hot. And by the end of the day, you look like a mess. So far, I really do like that. It's not creeping into those lines that I have. I mean, this one is pretty pronounced. So everything ends up just kind of looking funny on that side. The joys of getting older. But we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm super, super excited about this product. It is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I have their putty blushes and I absolutely enjoy them. So hopefully this one can go right along with the blushes and I enjoy it, I guess. This is, let me see here, $6. Love that price tag. And it comes in 8 shades. Now that's pretty decent for basically a cream bronzer. That's pretty decent, especially for drugstore. Let me see, the shade I got was Tan Lines. Of course, this is their standard packaging for the putty products. Again, this is a smaller size cream bronzer, but I think it's great. It's a very great price for starting off with cream products. This is it right here. It's so, I love when you first open up a cream product. I love it. Yes, I do want to go in one side with a brush and one side with my sponge just to see which one will help it blend the best. Again, the shade range on this was pretty good, so I'm just going to go ahead and dab it in a couple times with the brush. Pick up a little bit because you never know how pigmented these are. And I guess this side we're going to go in with the brush, this side we'll go in with the sponge, and I'm just going to start stippling it. I'm going to go ahead and start stippling it where I typically put my bronzer. That is pretty. I thought maybe this shade would be a little dark. I did get the NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer, and originally I thought it definitely was going to be too dark, but it blends out very seamlessly. And this one seems to be doing that as well. If you have never tried e.l.f. products, I highly, highly suggest checking them out. They are so affordable. Every product that I've ever tried from them is spectacular. It really is. For the price, oh, so good. I was actually considering doing a full face of e.l.f. products. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. This is beautiful. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more up on my forehead. It seems to be very buildable. They build it perfectly. It's not taking my foundation off underneath. It's blending perfectly. It doesn't seem like you really need to work to blend it out either. It definitely seems to be a 1, 2, 3 kind of product. Throw it on, blend it out a tiny bit, and you're good to go. Now that is beautiful. I had very high expectations for this, and it is definitely not doing me wrong. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go in just with the butt of the Beauty Blender. And we're going to go ahead and do this side. Again, doesn't seem to be picking up any of my foundation. I mean, this is beautiful. Going in with a little bit more just to build this up a little bit. Don't mind my brows. They are getting pretty thick. Just a tiny bit more up on my forehead. I got all these little tiny hairs and they love to stick in my makeup. And I try so hard to keep them out. This side does seem to be a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do, it goes on perfectly with the brush, goes on perfectly with the sponge, but I am just going to go ahead and tap over this lightly just to try to even it out a little bit. That is very pretty. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. I picked up the Kiko Milano. I love it. Kiko Milano. Sounds so fancy. Fruit Explosion Juicy Blush. I got the shade 03. This is very fun, summery packaging. This right here is the package. It's pretty thick. I like the simplicity of this, the silver. I really like it. This actually is $12, which that's pretty decent. I'm not sure how many shades it does come in. This is the applicator. It's pretty flat. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. Whoa. Okay, this is pretty liquidy. It almost resembles like a gloss, but that is a very stunning summer color. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is just use the swatch because that is quite a bit of product that came off. And I'm going to go ahead and use the sponge on this side and use a brush on this side just to see how it applies. Some people like sponges, some people like brushes. I'm trying to really work in brushes because I am definitely a sponge kind of person. Okay. Adding a little bit more on. This seems to be a lot more sheer than I thought it was going to be. Of course, I do have my mirror right below me. Okay. It's not picking up my foundation, but that's pretty sheer. I'm going to go ahead and put some more on the back of my hand, and we're going to try a brush. I did add, that's basically what comes on the applicator right there. It is quite a bit of it. So I don't think I recommend really going in straight from the applicator because you might have a mess on your hands. I'm just going to go ahead and take a pretty dense brush, tap that on there. It is very wet on your face. It feels almost like you're putting water on your face. Now that is a lot more pigmented than with the sponge. So honestly, I think I would go in with the brush with this product because it definitely adds more pigmentation with the brush. Probably because it is such a wet product, the sponge soaks it up a little bit. It's building up perfectly fine. Actually, I went a little gung-ho on this side, but we can fix that. I really like this color though. I know there's that sunburn trend going around right now. I'm not really into that, but if you are, this is a great shade for that. Definitely a great shade. What I'm going to do is just take the butt of my sponge and kind of tap around the edges of it just to kind of tone it down a tiny but that's pretty. Buildable. It's very lightweight on the skin. You can't really feel it other than the wetness that it had. I'm going to go ahead and take my, if I could get it straight, the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder again. And I'm going to take a super, super fluffy brush. This is my standard powder brush. And I'm just going to start tapping this very lightly around my face just to set all the cream products. I do not like going over it with another pigmented item because I bought these shades for these shades and I prefer to stay with these. So definitely, if you don't want to change the pigment of your cream products, just go in with the translucent powder and just gently tap. It did take away a little bit of the shine or the glow that it gives you, but it's still there. For my highlighter, I did go in with the Just Glow Stay Glassy Highlighter by Hard Candy in the shade Peach Please. I do believe Hard Candy is a very underrated brand. They're very, very affordable, and everything that I've ever tried from them, they're pretty. Everything has been good. This does have a tiny bit of glitter in it, but nothing major. And it is, I mean, it's beautiful. Super, super stunning. Okay, guys, moving on. We are going to now do the eyes. And I have the Kiko Milano Fruit Explosion Eyeshadow Palette. This packaging, again, boom, summer, 100%, right? I got 01 Earth Vibes. This right here is adorable. A kiwi, come on, that is cute. This does come in 3 different variations, and this retails for $18. Now, that is pretty high for a drugstore palette. This right here is what it looks like. Again, it is smaller, it's compact, and for $18. But if the quality is there, it's worth it. You do have 4 shimmers, and then 5 mattes. And I really believe these right here scream summer to me. They just do. That pop in the center, definitely summer. We're going to jump into this shade right here. It's like a deep mustard shade. No kick up in the pan. Quite a bit picks up on the brush. And we're going to go ahead and work that into the crease. That's pigment right there. That is some pigment. Do you see that pigment? That's pretty intense. No fallout so far. I'm going to go ahead and deepen it up with this shade right here. That mustardy shade packs some serious pigment, and it blended out very quickly. Again, this shade definitely has some serious pigment to it. These pans are pretty small, but like I said, if the quality is there, it's there. And Kiko Milano does seem to kind of be the higher end of drugstore. I know they did have some lip products, which I did not end up getting. I now regret. I really wish I did. But I do have some new drugstore ones to test out. So we're going to test those out. That's beautiful. Those shades together are, wow. Okay, moving on. I'm going to take this deep shade right here. Looks just like a deeper chocolatey brown. Quite a bit picks up. I'm actually going to tap some of that off. And I'm going to go ahead and start stamping that on my outer V. This shimmers. So this, let me flip it this way. This is pretty golden. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with this one and then put this underneath my lower lash line to incorporate it. If it looks funny, we'll change it up. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these shimmers too. That one's kind of chunky. For all the shimmers right there. I think we're going to keep this one for the inner corner and just start with this one, and maybe we'll add some other to it. We'll get there. We'll get there. So I think this one, I do believe there might be some fallout with it just because of how chunky it is. That's really pretty though. It's not anything super vibrant. I am getting a little bit of fallout, just the tiniest bit. You know what? Maybe we'll use this one right here, the deeper shade, the deeper shimmer, and maybe we'll put it more towards that outer V just to kind of mesh them together a little bit. That looks pretty. I really like how those came together. Those are very pretty. I am going to be doing a video probably next week. The 10 eyeshadow palettes that I feel are the best for summer. I think that's going to be a very fun video because I like a lot of color in summer. I like bronze. I am going to go ahead and take this white shimmer right here, and I'm going to just put it very much on the inner part of my eyelid and then start working it on the inner corner. And it is showing up a lot more than what I thought it was. I'm not spraying any of these shimmers. I did not use a glitter glue because I like to test them out without anything first just to see how they are by themselves. And so far, this white definitely, that pops a lot more than what I thought it was going to. So I think I'm going to just take my finger and kind of try to blend that other. I think I'm going to go in more with this one, just a tiny bit, and kind of just try to mesh those together. Alright guys, I just hurried up and put this eye up to speed, and I did put this shade right here right up on my brow bone as well, just to highlight it a little bit, and I'm really loving this look. I really am. I'm going to go ahead and go into this middle shade right here, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. I am very shocked that there is no kick up in these pans. If there is, it is so minimal. I am very much loving that. Because you're not wasting any product that way. Alright guys, we got the before and after. I did go in with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara and the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Black Fever. This is 18 Hour Plus waterproof eyeliner, and I do like it. Again, both of them super affordable. Very good products. Okay, now for lips. I have the new Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink. And I also have the Physicians Formula Rose Kiss All Day Velvet Lip Color in Pillow Talk. So, I don't really know if either of these are really going to go with this eye look because it is very bronzy. But I think I'm going to go in with the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink. Again, here is the doe foot. It is kind of curved. It seems to be just a hint pinker than my lips. It's very smooth. Kind of messed up. It doesn't add any more texture to my lips than it should. I like it. It's very, very lightweight. You can barely feel it, and I really like products like that. Let me hurry up and do an overview of the products and how I feel about them. Starting off with the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. So far, so good. It really is not creasing. It looks pretty good. It's a very natural, I don't know if it's because of the shade I got, but it's super natural under my eyes. It feels lightweight. It definitely does provide quite a bit of coverage. So far, so good on that. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Love it. I absolutely love this. $6. Highly recommend. Pick this up and give it a go. Definitely enjoying that product. The Kiko Milano Fruit Explosion Juicy Blush. As you see, it has lightened up quite a bit. There is still quite a bit of glow to my skin. But this was $12, and I do believe, if I stop dropping stuff, I definitely think you should try the blush in this, the putty blush, rather than this. But all the way, I didn't pick any more of these up. The palette is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It is, again, a little bit on the higher price range for Drugstore, $18. But it is very pretty. Super bronzy summer tones. Quality is amazing on this. It really is. It's almost high-end quality. So I definitely recommend this. Let me see here. This was my first time trying this. This is nice. It feels so soft and so comfortable on the lips. Like nothing's even there. So I definitely would recommend picking these up if you're into Revlon. But that is today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed before you leave for future content. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope everybody has a great day. It's pretty late now. It's like 7:30. So I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day and wipe it off and get ready for bed. But I really do like this eye look. It was very easy to achieve and good quality. But that's it, guys. I hope everybody has a great day. Till next time.